Hello guys, welcome back to ESENtaxa. Andrea Papito here. In this video, I'm really happy to present you one of the most important content that you're going to have in this channel. I'm going to interview an Italian guy who lived abroad and who moved back to Italy after 2 years of experience in Belgium, so in the country where I'm living right now, and also in another country. And he moved to Italy applying for the Impatriate regime. In this interview, we will also have Fausto Carnevale, which is the Italian accountant that is helping me to interview this guy and try to extract as much as information possible to share with you. If you like this kind of content, please just click the like button, subscribe the channel, because you're gonna have more and more content like this, and we're going to also give you even more details on procedure for this kind of tax benefits in the next videos. I'm here with Patrick and Fausto. We are going to actually, we're going to start with this interview. So stay tuned, listen carefully, because we're going to talk about very interesting topic. We start straight with Patrick. Thank you, Patrick, for your presence here. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andrea, for having me.
And Patrick, you can simply start. You can tell us a little bit about your experience abroad. Because why I'm telling abroad? Because you are an Italian that went abroad for work, I imagine, and then you decide to come back to Italy. So you're the classical example that matched with the law of Inpatriate Regime. But of course, the Inpatriate Regime is open to everyone. But let's see how an Italian feel like being repatriate, you know? So that's why I would like really ask to Patrick first what he was doing abroad, and then we're going to ask him another details about his activity and how he's managing with this new Impatriate regime. So please, Patrick.
Sure. So I spent a couple of years in Belgium, in Brussels, and I took care of packaging mainly. Packaging and data analysis for packaging applications. I was working for Procter & Gamble. Maybe you know it. It's a very big multinational American company. And yeah, I was dealing with suppliers, machine suppliers, material suppliers, and trying to combine the two to reach the goal of delivering to the consumers a sustainable package for laundry. Previously, I worked also in Germany, but that's a shorter experience, still with Procter & Gamble. Back then, I was working for Oral-B. But yeah, that's basically it.
Great. And may I ask you, how long have you been working abroad?
So if we take in account the Germany period, 2 years and a half.
2 years and a half. Okay, great. And so the question of the question. You came back to Italy, but was already planned, or because of the Impatriate regime?
It was a series of combination. Let's say I wasn't happy where I was due also to COVID situation, so personal life. And then I was offered this opportunity last year in December, but I took in consideration, of course, the Repatriate regime, because I didn't complete yet my 2 years abroad. Because, you know, you have to stay fully 2 years with a stable contract before coming back. So I waited for April. So April 2021, I quit my job and came back. So yeah, that's one of the reasons for which I accepted to come back in Italy. Did you find an accountant for this kind of calculation? How did you manage to understand if you were able to be compliant with each and every constraint of the Impatriate regime? So my current boss gave me the opportunity to talk with an accountant that he is dealing with. So he provided me all the information, and actually the procedure is quite simple. It's just a couple of paperwork.
Okay, great. I see from your face you're very happy, and I believe you're saving a lot of money. Can you please tell us about how much? And sorry, I want to ask you also another thing. Are you moved to north of Italy or south of Italy?
I live in Veneto region, so it's not of the luckiest region for Impatriate regime, but still it's very good.
Yeah, indeed. I would just want to remember to our audience that the Impatriate regime has two deduction rates. One is 90% deduction if you relocate to the south of Italy, and 70% deduction if you relocate to the rest of the country, which also includes the center of Italy. So Patrick moved to Veneto. Veneto is in the north region. So you are entitled of 70% deduction or your imposable income, and then you calculate the taxes after. And so it's a big saving, I would say. So I believe you made some simulation, right?
Yeah, I estimate between 4,000 and 5,000 euros per year.
Okay, so this is what you were expecting to receive more, or it was
what I'm receiving more.
Great. So it's basically the Impatriate regime anyway is gonna give you a huge benefit, and we know that this will last for 5 years. But also in the channel we talk a lot about how to extend the Impatriate regime, and there are two ways: carrying with your child or having a baby during this period. This might be an option, or the simplest option, purchase a property in Italy. Have you considered to expand this regime in this way, or?
Yeah. I mean, I will wait for the period to expire, and then probably I will buy something. I will buy a property to have this advantage.
Good. And Patrick, I have I'm curious about one thing. Are you working, I understood, then has with an employee contract, a normal employee contract in Italy? Is it correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
My contract is. Pardon.
No,
sorry.
Go ahead, please. Yeah. So you were saying.
Yeah, my contract is an apprenticeship contract lasting for 3 years, and then I will be advanced of 2 levels according to the national contract for trade.
Okay, a very hot topic, we can say, of the Impatriate regime is the social contribution. Do you know, Patrick, how your social contribution is calculated in your specific case? In your contract, more or less, yeah.
My gross income is very similar to the net one. I guess it's gonna be 9%.
Okay, exactly. So I guess it's 9% of the entire amount. Do you agree with me, Andrea? Right?
It's huge, and I believe that the social contribution, that 9.19% at the charge of the employee in your payslip, it's calculated on your gross, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, that's so. Basically, as we were also talk about in other videos, when you're an employee, I think it's the easiest way to apply for the Impatriate regime. First of all, because your employer basically tells you what to do. You don't have to really stay behind some paperwork. The procedure is well defined, and the social contribution, even though it's calculated on your gross amount, so before apply the deduction, but it's 9.19%, which is very low. So if you pay just a little slice of the social contribution, then you have this deduction on your income, 70% in your case, because you're in Veneto, and then you apply your RPF taxation. By the way, the next year will be even lower, because the government, right, Fausto? The government is going to cut the RPF. So and this is a chain effect. So you're going to pay even less taxes, because it would be like, okay, it's a small cut, but maybe now you're paying something like in average 2.7%, 3% in average. Oh no, sorry, 11%, because you deduct a 70. But the next year we're gonna be like 10 or 9%, something like this. Have you thought to instead of start as an employee, start straight as a self-employed using the fourth regime? Never. Okay.
Never thought about that.
Okay, great. Okay, just to understand.
Do you know, Patrick? This last question. Do you know other people, in friend or I don't know, people you met in Brussels that took advantage of this Impatriate regime, or you were just saw the information by yourself and then decided also to move? Do you know other friends?
I was told by a colleague who reached me via email, who, by the way, is Italian as well, and he's living still in Brussels, so he wasn't interested in coming back home because he has family there. But anyway, he was sending this email to all Italian colleagues that he knew just to make us aware of it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay, Patrick, great. I think that actually it was a good choice for you. Maybe what they can say, what I noticed, not all the people from abroad, even the Italians from abroad. I mean, you were lucky because you found, let's say, an accountant. You speak Italian. For you, it's easy. But yeah, not everybody know that in Italy we have this advantage, and we can say that in your position as an employee or as an independent with the forfait regime, in Italian regime forfettario, you really can save a lot of taxes.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for your time. And Patrick has his own YouTube channel, and I have put it in the comment below the video all the contact of his channel, how to reach him, how to watch his video. Of course, it's in Italian, so you have to speak some Italian, but it's very interesting. So for everything else, if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you're looking for a consultancy on certain topics, I'm happy to assist you. You can write me at ESENtaxa@gmail.com. And of course, any kind of consultancy would be always assisted by an Italian accountant, a certifying person that can help you to clarify certain kind of subject, a certain kind of topics that for you sound still blurry. And don't forget Italian Tax Academy, which is the only online platform which is basically allows you to learn from scratch the old Italian fiscal system and connect to this 5 hours online course. You will have a consultancy with a former Italian tax agency inspector and of course a tax simulation, which is very important to understand how the taxes in Italy affect your worldwide income. And for everything else, just stay tuned and see you in the next video.